Good.
Good morning, everyone. It's Mashid.
Hey, Mashi. How are you?
Good. How's everyone?
All
Beautiful
right.
weather,
Yes.
but it's going to get hot again.
I know. Last week or the week before was so cool and nice. Oh, it was so nice.
It was very nice, very nice.
Just a little teaser of what's coming. Whenever it's coming, I'm ready.
Cooler is nicer, of course.
For sure.
Good morning, Melissa. Your mic's not on, I don't think.
Hey, Bob. How you doing?
Okay, is Mr. Zen here yet?
No, not yet. But he should be here in a minute.
Okay, I'm gonna have to leave here quickly. I just got noticed I have to close a bridge. So, okay, so emergency
Close
closure.
a bridge.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. So
Goodness. Okay.
I'll just wait.
Okay.
I'll be back. Okay.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Just wanted to say hi.
Sounds good.
Melissa, I'm back.
All right, awesome.
We have another pedestrian killed this morning on the state road in the city of Tampa.
That's terrible, Bob.
Where
Yeah.
was that?
I think I was on 60 and right south of the mall there. So
International Mall or West Shore?
Your West Shore Mall, I think it's in West Shore Mall area.
Mm.
That's terrible.
Yeah, I was just watching on the news, TV news. They were giving traffic report and they said there was an investigation underway. So
That is awful.
next meeting is in person, right? In December.
The November meeting is virtual, which is the next one.
I thought we decided to merge the December and November into one meeting in December. I thought that decision was made back about a month ago.
It could have been.
The Pasco is going to do the same thing. Their CTST. We can ask Mike about it. That's what the exchange of emails was. So. We all agreed you were going to bring cookies too.
Oh, hopefully they're not homemade.
You missed
we
that
could-
meeting. You missed that meeting, huh?
We could definitely do it. I could definitely pull it off. Some store boughts. I'll just see if it's on the community events, and maybe I just completely forgot about it. But now that you're saying it, I remember several of us bringing this up. And just in case anyone doesn't know, this is the CTST website where all the events, actually not even just CTST, but any events that are going to happen.
December 13th, it looks like.
Okay. Okay, and that is in person, and the meeting will be held at District 7 headquarters.
Correct.
Yeah. Sounds good.
You're looking for Mike.
All right, I'll just update this while we're waiting.
Hey, Peter. Peter Shu.
Hey, Bob, I'm back.
Congratulations. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate that.
I know, geez.
You've been a
I
world
think I ate
traveler.
too much.
You
So,
travel a lot.
Welcome back, Peter.
thank you all.
Hey, Peter, is Mike going to join us this morning?
He will. Let me book him. Yeah, because we have one major event tomorrow to really celebrate those our friend, law enforcement friend, TBD, sheriff office, everybody. So let me find him right now.
Okay.
Wow, we can start it. Peter can be Mike too.
Well, in that case, Peter, I asked you, I'm gonna ask you a favor then this morning, okay?
Oh, wow.
Can you chair the meeting this morning? I got to take care. I'll be back, but I got to go take care of something real quickly here. Can you chair the meeting?
Me?
I can help you, Peter. I can
Oh,
help you.
thank you. Woo-hoo.
Okay, I'll be back. Thank you, Peter. Go
Thank
ahead and start.
you.
Okay, thank you.
Melissa, can you be,
Yes.
wow, you'll be much, hands, Mike, Peter.
Yes, we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. So thank you everybody for attending the CTST this morning. So we'll go through and do welcome and introductions. And what I'll do is I'll just run down the roster. And then if you just want to say that you're here and who you're with. All right, so we'll start with myself. Hello, everybody. I am Melissa Shepard with JMT. And then we have Susan Boda.
Hey, good morning. Susan Boda with Banish. Welcome back, Peter. So glad you're home. Yay.
Thank you.
All right, and Brenton Mosier.
Brenton Mosier, USF Cutter.
Dave O'Neill.
Air Force Safety.
Thank you. Don Skelton.
Don Skelton, Way Engineering.
Swara.
Hello, Swara Farheen, Atkins Global, Tampa office.
All right, Abigail Flores.
Good morning, everybody. Abigail Flores, Safety and Mobility Program Manager with Hillsborough County.
Thank you. Fred Baxter.
Fred Baxter, City of Plant City Traffic Division.
Thank you. Scott Friedman.
Morning, everybody. Scott Friedman, Hillsborough County Traffic Engineering Services.
And Peter Chu.
Peter's here.
All right.
Hello, everyone.
All right, Ms. Jessica. Jessica Rohr. Well, she is here. She's on the call. She's with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. All right, and then we have Keith Pippin.
Yeah, hi, USF PD.
Thank you. Don Lewis.
Good morning, Dawn Lewis, Tampa General Hospital Trauma Program.
Thank you. Mashi.
Good morning, Mashi Doroste, American Quality Consultants, FDOT Safety Ambassador, and welcome, Peter. Welcome back, Peter.
All right, and Martin King.
Hey, good morning, Marty King, Special Operations Captain at the USF Police Department.
Ms. Janice.
Good morning, everyone. Janice Martinez, Law Enforcement Liaison, District 7 DOT.
All right, and Michael Miller.
Yeah, I'm a new engineer hire with Hillsborough County and the Safety and Mobility under Abigail Flores, who already introduced herself.
All right, awesome. Thank you. All right, Lori.
Lori Paleo, JMT.
Thank you. And Susan. All right, well, Susan Turek is on the line. I'm not sure who she's with. Tina Russo. Hey, Tina, I don't know if you're speaking, but we cannot hear you.
All right, try this.
Yes.
Tina Russo. Tina Russo, here for the Pasco Community Traffic Safety Team.
Thanks, Tina. All right, William Porth.
William Porth with the City of Tampa, Vision Zero Project Coordinator.
Thank you. And Mike Zinn.
Yeah, Mike Zinn, your District 7 CTST Program Manager.
All right, awesome. Mike, do you want to take over, or do you? I don't know if Peter told you Bob he had to run to an emergency, so he had to leave.
Okay, well, yes, I was running a few minutes late myself. So anyway, we've done the welcome introductions. Can we get everybody have a chance to take a look at the minutes from the last meeting?
And this was for the August meeting because we did not have a September meeting due to Hurricane Ian.
That's correct.
I motion to accept.
Thank you, William. Do we have a second?
Good second.
Who was that?
It's me, Mike.
Marty King.
Very good, thank you. All right, we'll move on down to business updates. We'll start off with the bike ped motorcycle safety updates.
I guess I can say a couple things. This is Brenton with USF Cutter.
Thank you, Brenton.
So we are, in the midst of our high school teen traffic safety education program. George Edmondson has visited several schools. I believe he's at one today. We are hitting, because of our scholarship program, we were able to add some driver's ed teachers. This is a program that's funded through an FDOT grant. So George has been hitting almost every single school in Hillsborough County at this point, I believe. We are also wrapping up our geofencing ad for I-75 and the MLK interchange, and the one finished last week at US 41 near Big Bend Road-ish area. Both of those are work zones, so we were doing some safety messaging, surveying, getting feedback from the community. And that's all.
Okay, great. Thank you, Brenton. Any other motorcycle? I know Motorcycle Coalition's coming to Tampa. I don't have the date in front of me, but the state coalition's coming. Peter, do you have the date on that?
Janice should know. I think it's the next Wednesday and Thursday.
It's next Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be
Oh,
the first.
Tuesday.
and
I
second.
don't want to see. Taiwan time is 12 hours ahead. Oh.
Yeah.
So I want to throw out something,
Okay.
Michael.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, last October 15th, this past Saturday, I believe, the city with the TPO and I believe TPD's bicycle squad held a little rodeo over in a neighborhood called Woodland Terrace, kind of west of 40th, north of Hannah, south of the river. And so it was a nice little open street combination bike rodeo event.
Great. All right. Without any other bike ped information, we'll move on to education. I know Brenton just covered, George covering the high schools with the driver's ed education, but do we have any other education programs going?
Hi, this is Dawn Lewis from Tampa General. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, Don, go ahead.
I just wanted to share that we at Tampa General have partnered again with the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office to do the Battle of the Belts campaign with the high schools. So that's coming up with pre-counts the week of November 14th and then post-counts the week of December 12th. So we have all volunteers from Tampa General's trauma program that will do those counts for that again this year. And then I also just wanted to share that our Tampa General, in partnership with the level 2 trauma centers in the region, are training Troop C for the Florida Highway Patrol and Stop the Bleed. And this is a a state initiative out of the Florida Committee on Trauma to train all Florida Highway Patrol officers probably within the next year. So we should have Troop C, which includes over 200 officers in 3 districts, 7 counties. We have 12 classes scheduled. We've done 4 already, and we had to cancel a few because of the hurricane, but are getting them back running. I'm actually there tomorrow teaching again. So that's exciting, and it's been a great experience working with the Florida Highway Patrol. And then they're also simultaneously doing Troop D, which is up in the Orlando area right now, and Troop A, which is up in the Panhandle, I think has already been complete. And then just throwing out there that we still are holding the public Stop the Bleed classes in the community. They're held twice a month, one at Brandon Healthplex. I actually have a class tonight. And then one in South Tampa that's on Friday afternoons for those who can attend daytime, afternoon classes. So they are free. They're an hour long. You can register on Tampa General's website or the Stop the Bleed website. Again, are open to the public for the training. I think that's what I got. Thank you.
Great, Don. Don, real quick, do you have a flyer on that kind of information?
Yes, I am in the car right now, but once I get into the office, I will send it your way.
Very good. Appreciate it. All right. Do we have any other education? All right, we're going to move on next to enforcement. Do we have any law enforcement on here today?
I can tap in on our CBT stats for September.
Great.
So our central breath testing, we had a total of 288 tested through Hillsborough County central breath testing. Of that, we're still about a 45% refusal rate, and the average blood alcohol level is a 0.152 for September. And I got to give props to USF. USF had 3 DUIs that came through CBT, which is an increase, but we're about 7% up from this time last year.
Good news. And
thank you, Janice, for that shout out.
No. I love it. I love when I get to see the colleges that are participating. So I get excited when the college or when I see something from the Seminole Indian tribe that actually get handcuffs and bring people through CBT. It's exciting for us. That means that our message is getting out there and they're taking it seriously.
No, I agree. We've made a push the last couple months. We've had I'm sorry, I don't have the stat with me. We've had about 11 in the last 2 or 3 months. We've made a push now to reinvigorate our traffic enforcement and DUI efforts now that our staffing's starting to come back up to optimal levels, and officers kind of getting out of that COVID fog the last couple of years. So definitely going to be making a push forward. I know our new operations captain, Keith Pippin, feels the same way. So you should see our numbers increase.
I agree. I love seeing everybody out there and on the road. The numbers are definitely coming up as far as enforcement. Enforcement is out there, and the numbers definitely show it. So we're getting post-COVID these days.
Officer King, real quick, for your information, I don't know if Kathleen over there at the USF has gotten in touch with you. But I gave her a lot more information to pass out to students on your DUIs, because I know in the first week you had 6 of them out there on campus, which was a little high. So she reached out to me and I gave her a bunch of different information for DUI tip cards and things like that.
Excellent. I will connect then.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Next thing is your crash statistics. I know I received 2 maps. I think everybody else did too, right? The difference in the 2 maps is just the dates, to give you an idea from one month to the next. When you look at the numbers, that's like last month. That's if you look down at the bottom of the page, you'll see that's through 9/12. And the second map that you guys should be October 12th. With that being said, you can look at your total numbers between the 2, and you got 160 up so far from 141 last time. Y'all have any questions about these maps?
Hey, this is William with the city. I wanted to say thank you, Michael, for your effort on this. This is a great information tool to share with others.
Yeah, and the other thing I've been doing, William, with the cooperation from the DUI squad, particularly with Tampa, they've been giving me a lot of the information about the wrong way drivers, and I've been passing that on to you. So maybe it looks like you got a problem around that Platt Street area.
Yeah, I was going to give you another kudos under engineering for that. I really appreciate that. If they can catch people before they have a crash driving the wrong way, that's like optimum.
It seems like that's what's going on. So
yeah, so we have a crash problem at several of the intersections on that set of one-way pairs, Cleveland and Platt, and I don't know why. There's a little bit of speeding, probably some small gaps, but both roads are a bit challenging, and we're looking for ways to make enhancements out there.
Okay, very good. I would suggest, William, since you're copied in, I just send you what I'm getting, is to maybe reach out and have a a voice, with those guys that are boots on the ground, because sometimes, you're just reading a report, but if you actually talk to them, maybe you can get a little more information on something that you're looking for.
Okay.
Okay, I guess we can move on to engineering.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Abigail with Hillsborough County. So I wanted to share that earlier this week, I participated in a presentation on the Florida LTAP forum with Lisa Silva and Catherine Diaz from Fair and Peers on safe routes to school projects and processes. It was very well received. We had over 100 attendees, and it was a 2-hour presentation and discussion and questions. So that was really successful in getting the word out. And a lot of people reached out and said they were really it was great to find out what we're doing in our region for safe routes to school through the collaboration of the TPO, the county, and so that was really well. I wanted to share that with you guys.
Wow, that's great news. And I guess that would fall next to school transportation items. Do we have somebody here from the school board today?
No, but it's William again. And I just
Yes,
want
sir.
to say thanks to Abigail for recognizing that. Working with the TPO, Lisa Silva, and part of the team from the old transportation school working group. We've gotten a list of another 8 locations, in the city boundary that need our attention for safety purposes. So anyway, it's nice to have them prioritized so that, with the limited funding that we do get every year, we can try to focus on the highest priorities in that.
Yeah, and Mike, should I share about our safe routes to school? We're kicking off our new fiscal year, Hillsborough County, where we're going to do project development for 5 new schools. And as you know, our project, we do project development, and then we do some tier 1 or easily implementable improvements in the ground, paint, delineators, and signage the same year. So we completed up to 9 schools since our program started 2 years ago. So we're 9 schools, and we're starting on the next 5 this year.
That's great.
Great news on the progress we're making for school
Yeah.
safety in our region.
You're doing great. That is good.
Yeah, congrats.
All right. Mashid, do you have anything for HSIP?
Good morning. As usual, I'm working with Bureha on material requests for reviewing some speed feedback signs, and I think you were talking about some RRFBs. William, do you know if City of Tampa is going to submit any applications for HSIP since you're here?
Well, Mashid, I'm glad you asked. We have already submitted a request, and I know Bill was working on it. I think the funding after the last budgetary cycle fell off, and so the equipment wasn't able to be purchased, or it wasn't able to make it through the process. So I would encourage FDOT, if they would be so inclined, to resurrect that same paperwork and then start the process all over again. It's a big effort for us to go through and do this 2 and 3 times every year or so, and then not really see any kind of benefit from it. Similarly, we've also asked for a fairly large quantity of bright sticks, which we use for safety, new signs, and upgrades of existing signs to bring compliance for stopping and yielding and curves and school stuff as well. So that should be somewhere over in the queue.
Yeah. I know that if there are bright sticks and all that, I know Bill is always working on those. But if you have an application that was submitted before and you want to resurrect that, would you let me know which one?
Sure. I'll get with Kelly and talk with her and dig up the paperwork.
Okay, thank you so much.
Mhm.
I really appreciate it. Overall, we're working some on some intersections and safe starts to zero. And again, if you have applications that you're submitting for HSIP, please send it to Bill Riha and copy me as an email because they're still working on the portal for HSIP application access. And if there's anything I can help with, thank you so much. Please let me know. Anything else, Mike? Do you know any other? I know that there were some RFPs that they were working on too.
Right. I don't know right off the top of my head, but thank you, Mashid. William, the one that didn't make the last time around on your request, can you dig that up and just forward me a copy of that request so I can chase it down and make sure that it gets back in the loop?
The RRFB dynamic speed reduction or the other materials like bright sticks?
I know I asked Bill yesterday when I saw him about the bright sticks, and he was still working on getting quotes for that.
Okay.
So the bright sticks I know is still on the top of his head, but I'm not sure about the RFBs. If you could just send me that one that didn't make the last budget cycle.
Sure. Yes, I'll send it both to you and Mashid.
Yeah, and that way I'll just keep tapping his head. Bill, where are these at?
Well, don't beat on them too hard, man.
No, sir, I wouldn't do that.
Everybody's busy.
Yeah. All right. Next thing we'll move to is Vision Zero. Bill, I know you're getting involved more and more with the Vision Zero for the city.
Yeah, I've kind of been retasked with being the quick build coordinator. So, we're looking at several locations to do R1-6A signs at school crosswalks or at crosswalks on our high injury network for experimental purposes. And then we're looking at a couple other different locations around schools and again, trying to get in and get a few things done, as well as more open streets, which is part of the work I'm going to be doing as well. Permitting, simple maintenance of traffic, getting more residents involved and trying to get the word out, that kind of stuff.
That's good news there. And speaking of Vision Zero, how's anything over in the Drew Park area around the campus? Is that being taken care of where the school crosses like 400 or 500 people across Lois
Yep.
or anything?
Well, I'm glad you asked about that too. So, we meet regularly with the CRA manager. He works for the city and he talks to the chair and the board. And at some time past, that complaint came forward from HCC when the crosswalk was removed back when they did a complete street project out there. Moving forward in time, there's more work that the CRA wants to do. So I've shared with them my kind of idea is that the driveway across the street on the east side from the Hawk driveway be closed. And then that way we could build a mid-block pedestrian refuge crossing with RRFBs. And then it's our hope that we'll be able to go back into the school and share that information with the, we'll call it the elected student leadership body.
Sure.
So anyway, yeah, we're trying to unfold some stuff. The CRA hasn't really been, I guess, supportive of paying for the materials. But again, that's something I could always go through USF because I'm sure 400 students a day crossing the road in a sheet kind of fashion will more than hit the PED crossing requirements.
Yeah, and it's at certain times of the day. It's not going to be an all day thing out there. So it depends, I guess, when you're going to do your counts.
Yeah, as I move forward with it, I'll keep you guys in the loop so you know.
Okay, very good. Yeah, it's HCC. It keeps
Yeah.
asking me about it.
HCC Del Mabry campus, which has the problem on Lois Street, which is to the west of their campus.
Great, appreciate it. All right.
Hi, I have an item for Vision Zero.
There you go.
Abigail Flores, Hillsborough County. So we are doing project development for tier 2 designs, which are the more permanent designs like raised medians, new sidewalk, mid-block crosswalks. So we're doing project development for Lynn Turner Vision Zero Corridor and 78th Street Vision Zero Corridor. So we are well underway for identifying improvements based on the TPO report, based on our engineering studies at this time, which is great news. And as you know, we have implemented the Tier 1 improvements on 78th Street, which included pavement markings, signage, and delineators for speed management there at that Vision Zero corridor. Additionally, our efforts to address Vision Zero fatal and severe crashes include speed management program. So we have finalized our target speed tools. So now Hillsborough County has a tool for identifying target speeds. And that was developed, a continuation from our Complete Streets guidelines target speed ranges. So we have ranges, and now we have a target speed tool to help us identify appropriate target speeds on our arterials and collectors. We are near completion for our tool that's going to help us identify design speeds for 3R projects and new construction. So resurfacing projects and new construction. We will have a design tool this year, design speed tool that will help us select appropriate design speeds. So we're really serious about preventing these fatal and severe crashes. We're creating safe streets. We are identifying safe speeds, and we want our programs to evolve, to become better. And so we want to start partnering so that we can do education and encouragement in our programs, through different technologies like the geofencing and different partners like those that are on the line today. So I look forward to working with our partners to continue the great work to reduce fatal and severes in our region.
And I'm sure we all look forward to working with you too, all of us. All right, Peter's got his hand up, but I'll go through real quick. He's got a note in the chat about DOT's
Thank
offering
you.
a couple of Vision Zero workshops. Go ahead, Peter.
Hey, yes, this is Peter. Thank you. And just in the note, I did mention DOT is going to offer 2 Vision Zero workshop for the public agency in Hillsborough County. Basically, one will be hosted by Hillsborough County. Thank you, Bob, for the room arrangement on November 7th in the morning. The second one will be hosted by City of Tampa. Thank you to Alex to host it. This is, I don't know, it's a morning or afternoon for this on November 15th. If you plan to attend this one, either of those workshop, please let Mike Singh know. As I say, public agency employee first. For example, Fred from Plant City and our friend in Temple Terrace will have a first priority. Also, the friend from TPD, our law enforcement, will have the higher priority too. So basically from this participation, you will know what kind of statistic inside your city or county, and you can really have a dream together with all the people together to really create a Vision Zero dream for your agency, for your area. So really, I want to say thank you for Hillsborough County and Tampa to host this 2 workshop. Also, just want to let you know the RIB request from Tampa is a little bit 6-digit number. I approved the purchase yesterday, so should be delivered to Tampa very, very soon. The price stick, I think that's something the contract expire. We need to re-advertise the contract again. So it will take a while.
We're patient, but I want to say thank you, and we appreciate all the help we can get, given that apparently the proposed 1 cent sales tax is being shot down again. So I guess our $11 million a year doesn't really go very far.
We can work together, don't worry.
Good. Thank you.
All right, that covers it under Vision Zero. All right, we're going to go with calendar updates and activity reports. Mr. Campbell sent me an email a couple days ago, and he asked me to bring to everybody's attention and have a little discussion about the move over a law here in Florida. You know, for the year of 2021, unconfirmed, of course, because it's still not 2 years ago. We had 191 crashes, plus over 14,000 citations on the violation of the move over law. And I don't know if people are just not aware. I know a lot of people are aware of the law, but they don't realize it's a $120 fine, plus it's a moving violation. You get 3 points on your license. And of course, a possible bump up in your insurance. I know all of us here are very familiar with the move over laws, but if you can maybe get some more information out to some people that may not be aware of it, that would be greatly appreciated. Especially
Mike,
for all our, yes, sir.
It's William. Observationally speaking, when I see this challenge, mostly is on the interstate, and it seems to me that when traffic volume is lighter, it's easier to make the maneuver to get out of the lane closest to the red lights and then move over. But when it's really crowded and close to peak, just watching it when you drive through, man, it's really hard to maneuver on the interstate when you're that thick. But people do generally, and observationally speaking, slow down to the point that they can.
Right. And I know, with us here at DOT, we have, of course, our road rangers.
Yeah.
And we have 2 or 3 of them get hit every year. And we just had one a couple of weeks ago again. And we've invested with new message boards on their trucks saying move over. And I've also invested with something's called they're road flares, but they're sequels. So they put their cones on them. The cones all light up, telling people to move over. So,
do their trucks have crash cushions on them, or is that like too much for that vehicle?
Yeah, that's too much. They're already overloaded now.
Okay.
But it's something that it is an issue out there. There's no doubt about it. All right, for calendar updates, on the back of our newsletter, I put all the calendar updates on there, but I'd like to go over a couple of them. This coming week, October 29th, we have a walk with the Temple Terrace mayor. And on October 31st, NHTSA has their Halloween impaired driving campaign. If you want to chime in on that one, Janice.
Yeah, that's going to be buzz driving is drunk driving. If you feel high, driving high as a get you a DUI is their message on that one. This one's actually not drive sober, get pulled over, but it's a social norming campaign on that one. We don't collect data on Halloween. It's just a 1 day an awareness campaign, but I will push it out all weekend.
Great, appreciate it.
Yeah, I always feel like if Halloween's like on a Friday or Monday, for whatever reason, that entire weekend always gets encompassed in it.
Understood. On November the 5th, we have the Yes Fair. Brent, you want to give a little comment about the Yes Fair so people understand what that is? Brenton? Did Brenton leave us? Brenton Mosier.
Still shows him as
Sorry, I was speaking away, but I have both my computer mic and then I have a little handheld mic that I had muted. So the Yes Fair is it's put on by different organizations to help connect different people with disabilities. And so it is at the All People's Life Center, which is just past King High School on Sly. And so that is on Saturday, November 5th.
Great.
Also, Mike, I wanted to throw out that you and Cutter and a lot of other organizations will be participating in HCC's Road Safety Day on Thursday, November 3rd.
That's true. That's on my personal calendar. I didn't look at it. And also on November 20th is the World Day of Remembrance for road traffic victims. After that, we'll have our next meeting. So, and that'll lead us to open forum or announcements.
I'm putting in the chat box. So it is Mobility Week through DOT. They actually did a really good job with a virtual lobby. If anybody wants to take a look at it, got a bunch of different safety messages that are going out there, but that will go through the 28th of this month.
Very good. And one more thing I want to mention, since you brought up Janice about the mobility, I know Janice has heard about it and Tina's heard about it, but Hillsborough team, I'm asking to get some volunteers. We want to do the Safe Mobility Car Fit program here in the Bay Area. And I'm trying to get enough volunteers to get certified so we can do this program here. What it is to help primarily our senior drivers to fit in their automobiles. And that's not, since Florida is very big into a retirement area. Not only that, we have a lot of retirees that come down here for the winter. And then we have a lot of them that rent cars. So you got all these stuff in these cars that nobody knows how to use or to take care of anymore. So the program we actually, you get certified to help them out to get, we have CarFit programs that we advertise, and when they'll come in and we fit their cars, that goes anywhere from their seat belts to seat adjustments to making sure they see over the steering wheel correctly, that their mirrors are correctly, there's no blind spots, that they're the proper distance from the airbags going off. It's just a multitude. It's about a 20-minute thing to go through for each driver that comes through this. And I've got like 16 people so far signed up or interested in doing, Janice is doing it. When I can get somebody from Tallahassee to come down here and get us all certified so we can do these programs in our area. So what I'm asking for, is there anybody here that would be interested in volunteering to so I can get your name on a list and we can see what Tallahassee can get scheduled for us?
Yeah, no, I love that idea. We did a virtual training on that last week, and it was the first time I had done it, and I actually learned quite a few things from it. So even if we incorporate that into one of our safety fairs, like Mike hosted over at HCC, or if we get some groups together, go down to Sun City Center, and just get a little community outreach going on with our senior drivers.
Yeah, and our partners involved with this is AARP and AAA, so they work with us on this program. So they would help us get it out and set up, car fit activity events. Very good. Thank you, Abigail.
Mike, one last thing. We are hosting a Traffic Skills 101 bike handling course on Friday at Cutter. And so we are going to take people, some local people out on the roads, show them some, defensive avoidance maneuvers. I know that William Porth is an LCI, so he has gone through the training. I know that Melissa has gone through the training. So we do have a couple of FDOT personnel. We have some consultants, some USF people, someone from Hillsborough County. So not only does it, show them skills for riding on the road, but it also gives those people who work in this field an appreciation of what the everyday cyclist encounters when they're riding around on Tampa roadways.
That's a good point, Breton. As many of you know, I also expanded that and attended the city's smart motorcycle training. That was the single best class I ever attended. As a matter of fact, this whole week I've been riding my motorcycle to work. So
I love to hear that.
It's super enjoyable, great experience. I'll tell you what, my clutch hand was hurting for a month, but it was well worth it.
I love to hear that. So for those of you who don't know, Tampa PD is only one of 5 agencies in the whole state that has this course, and we get the best feedback from our Tampa guys. I mean, because they're the best. But yeah, we love to brag on them, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, William. We get great feedback. I love it.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Mike, do you have any room for another announcement?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so you guys mentioned Mobility Day. So next week on the 3rd, Wednesday the 3rd, between 11 and 2, I believe the city is hosting a Mobility Day on Madison, which is 1 block north of Kennedy between Franklin and Tampa Street. So apparently they've got some buy-in from Heartline, and several of the mobility device companies will be in attendance. It also happens to be in conjunction with the food truck thing that the mayor does on Franklin. So a double whammy right there, food and fun regarding transportation.
Fabulous.
Mike, that's these are good announcements. Brenton, can you reach out to me? I'd like to participate in that community education bike ride. But I wanted to share, we had the storm recently and share that at the Hillsborough County intersections that we had those flashing beacons that were actuated automatically when the traffic signals went dark. So after the storm, Hillsborough County did go to locations to check the status of our signalized intersections. And we did see them flashing, and the intersections were much more orderly and controlled than the intersections that were dark without these flashing beacons. So, and the intersections that were dark without the flashing beacons, actually, we recorded some crashes there, and they looked like injury crashes. So, it could be it's hard as a pedestrian to navigate these dark intersections, and it's also hard as a driver because when each approach is 6 lanes or more, it's hard to keep track of who has the right of way. So, I wanted to know what other agencies experienced with the storm, and maybe something we can all learn from that.
I don't think anybody had any problems with Abigail.
All right, Mike, thanks.
I mean, Temple Terrace and Plant City would, of course, City of Tampa is the only other agency in here with traffic signals. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I got some of the feedback and the hot wash information regarding Ian, but I did not see any communication relating to problems with traffic signals or outages or pedestrian concerns with crossings. So if I find that information, I'll happily share it back with everybody.
Yeah, and another thing that is when we deployed the day after the storm, that we saw a lot of traffic and all the stores were closed. So where people were going, I don't know, but all the traffic meant that there was still damaged infrastructure, transportation infrastructure that was either damaged or not functioning. And so it really wasn't good to be out in the road. I think that there was a message that said, oh, it's safe to go out now, just be careful. But that doesn't seem the best advice because there was traffic signals with span wire with hanging traffic signal heads and then the dark intersections where drivers were crashing and PED signals that weren't functioning. So I just wanted to make the group aware that, to have the public, just because it's safe from the storm doesn't mean it's safe from an infrastructure functioning point of view to be out in traffic with normal traffic volumes that we have during other days.
And it seems like there were a lot of people that had no idea that if there's no lights working, you need to stop. People just blowing through blank or lights that weren't working like they didn't exist.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe we need to think about an education campaign for after storms, that says, hey, stay home unless you have an emergency, because this could happen to you. You could be in a crash. You could, there's debris down, there's trees in the road that make you get into the other lane and you don't see it. And so maybe we can start brainstorming about how to keep the public safe after a storm specifically.
Sure. I'd be interested in maybe even coming up with a PSA for it so we could just put it out there on all the social medias.
That's a good idea.
All right, and I see Janice put the link to the Tampa Police Department Smart course. So anybody wants that, make sure you can copy that down.
Yeah, it's good and it fills up every single class. And Mike, one more thing. I was at the Bike Ped Coalition last week in Tallahassee, which our DOT District 7 consultants that we had up there were amazing. It was a great representation that we had up there. But one of the great things that came out of that was DHSMV has sent people to participate in all of our coalitions, and the new driver's handbook is out. And I don't know about any of you, I have not held a driver's handbook since I was 16 years old. And FLHSMV has done a fantastic job redesigning it, and they are very receptive to input. So I'm going to try to get my hands on a few of them. It's not online. I just looked to see if I could send you guys a link so you can see it. It's the new one is not published yet. I'm going to see if I can get some hard copies from DHSMV and get them for us next one. It's they just did a really good job. There's a lot of pictures, a lot of information, a lot of links for our coalitions in there. So I'm excited to see if we can have any more input to help them out a little bit.
Hey, Janice, this is William. You'd be surprised how many times I take that handbook and email it out or extract a page and create a PDF and highlight it yellow and say, this is what your requirements are on you as a driver. So pay attention to that. And by the way, here's the hyperlink if you want to read the whole book.
I love it. I love it. I just looked to see if the new one was on there. It's not, but yeah,
okay.
they did a great job. I mean, even the 2020 version was pretty good. The 2022 version is fantastic. And their goal is to update it every year, which I feel like maybe every other year would be okay. But yeah, I love that they are interactive with us now and they are wanting input on it. So I'm going to try to get my hands on some new ones.
Cool.
Good. All right. Any other announcements? Guys, it's been a great meeting. I appreciate it. And thank you for attending.
Thanks, guys. Have a good week.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
week.
you. Have a good one.
Our
Thanks,
next
Mike,
meeting,
for sharing.
yeah, our next meeting is December the 13th. We combine November and December, so, and it'll be an in-person here at headquarters.
Did you say refreshments?
You talking to me?
I was talking to really Mashid or
Peter will
one
have
of the
candy.
Consultants.
Peter will have
has
candy.
Okay, good. That's important.
Yep. He said the
We'll
candy
see.
man is back.
We'll see you guys then.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Have a good day.
All right.
Thank you. Have a good week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.